Good morning, everyone. Happy Friday. It is, I don't know, what are we on? Day 12 of our series. So really excited to do a yoga practice with everyone today. Let's grab a mat. All you need is a space that is, if you spread your arms and your legs out as wide as you can, that's all the space that you're gonna need. So either toss a blanket down, feel free to grab a towel or a strap if you need a little bit of support to have an extension just based on flexibility like we did last week. If you want to grab a chair to have nearby for stability to balance in some of the poses, please grab one. We will get started here in about 60 seconds. So just find your surroundings. If you want to light a candle, put on your favorite calm music, or you want to rock out to heavy metal with your yoga, you do you. This is your morning moving meditation. This is going to be a great way to finish off of the week of all of our exercises. It'll be a nice recovery. This will still challenge you today. We're going to be holding many of the poses for about 20 seconds before we progress into the next one. The whole premise behind the way that the series today is put together, that it's intended for fat burning and weight loss. So if you don't have any fat to lose or weight to lose, that's okay. Just join in anyway and do a moving meditation and know this is going to be a great recovery to all of the workouts that we've done this week so far. So we'll give it, I'm just checking the clock here, about 20 more seconds and then we will get started. Like I said, all you need is a space, maybe 3 or 4 feet wide or long by a couple feet wide. Grab your chair, some water, a towel, whatever props you may need to just keep you comfortable, but we don't actually need weights for our yoga practice today. All right, let's go ahead and find a spot near the center or front of your mat. I'm starting in the center only because for those of you who have not been in my house, which is, I think almost all of you, I've got this gigantic beam in the basement, and every time I put my hands up, I smack it into it. So I'm positioned back a little bit farther just out of sheer vanity of not wanting to hit my hand on the ceiling anymore. So find your stance. You're going to bring your feet together. Take a big breath. Shoulders are down and relax. I want you to close your eyes for a minute and just set your intention for this practice. Think about what you would like to get out of this. Maybe it's just being able to calm your mind for the next 30 minutes. Taking a breath with every move. Maybe this is about your recovery for the week. Maybe this is a moving meditation. Maybe this is let me just get through the next 30 minutes because I hate yoga and Christine's making me do it anyway. Whatever your reasons, set your intention and let's begin. Inhale, arms up over the head. Exhale, swan dive forward. Inhale, hands to shin, flat back, looking forward. Exhale, forward bend down. Inhale, step it out to high plank. Exhale, lower through chaturanga. When I say chaturanga, basically it's a push-up, but you're keeping your elbows close to the body as you lower yourself down. Inhale, press up to upward facing dog. Curl the toes under. Press back to downward dog. Walk or step your feet forward. Take a breath here. Exhale into that forward bend. Inhale the arms back up. There's that beam again. Let me step back. Exhale, forward bend. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, step it back to plank. Exhale, lower down through chaturanga. Inhale to upward facing dog. Exhale to downward dog. Inhale, walk or jump your feet up toward your hands. Exhale, forward bend. Inhale, arms up. One more time through. Exhale, forward bend. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, step it out to plank. Exhale, lower through chaturanga. Inhale, press into upward facing dog. Exhale, curl the toes under. Come to downward dog. Inhale, walk or jump your feet up toward your hands. Exhale, forward bend. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, hands to heart center. So we'll go through the practice. Like I said, we're going to hold each pose here for about 20 seconds. And I'll just guide you through one at a time. So the first thing we're going to do is go into a plank pose. So to get into that, we're going to do the Asana down. Inhale up. Exhale, forward. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, hands to the ground. Now walk out here, step into your high plank, and hold it for 20 seconds. Just focus on your breath. Feel this active plank here. So everything is engaged. Try to keep your ears, your shoulders, your hips, your toes all in one line. Keep those feet flexed, pressing through the heels. No movement between your ears and your hips. And here you're going to lower it down all the way to the ground. Place the tops of your feet onto the ground. Press it up into upward facing dog, holding it here. Curl the toes under, press back into downward dog. We're going to do the left side here. So take the left foot, kick it up, and we're holding this for 20 seconds. This is the three-legged dog. All of the poses we're going to do on one side for the entire series. Then we will flow back through and do the opposite side. On your next exhalation, swing that foot all the way to the front. Come into a deep lunge here, bringing the arms up. This is Warrior One. Now you're going to take that back heel, rotate it down so the back foot is perpendicular. Turn your torso and your arms so now you're facing sideways, hips are open. Sit down into this, Warrior Two. Continue to sit into that lunge. And straighten the front leg. You're going to take the back leg. Turn it so it's forward. Bring your arms down behind you. Now, if you have a towel, you can hold onto the towel behind you. If your flexibility allows, you could either grab a hold of your wrists. Let me turn to the back here so you can see. So you could hold your hands here, grab a hold of your elbows, or if you can, take your hands into prayer behind your back like this. So you're going to square your hips off to the front. Both legs are straight. Inhale here. Exhale, forward bend. We're going into pyramid here. Continue to press your chest forward and down. And when you get to the point where you can't stretch anymore, just breathe and hold. Now release your arms, bend the front leg, use that as a little momentum, pop it up, reach the arms forward, Warrior Three. Really focus on lifting the muscles in your legs, squeezing the quad and your core and your butt. It'll keep your standing legs supported. Reach and stretch and reach, stretch, and come back in. Bring your hands to heart center, both feet together. Sit down into a chair and twist. You're going to bring your elbow to the outside of the knee. This is twisted chair. gonna untwist back to the center and reach down, hold the forward bend here. You can bend your knees a little if you need to. Wrap your hands around the back of your legs. Just fold into yourself. Continue to try to stretch down as you straighten your legs. On your next inhalation, you're going to bring your arms all the way up. We're going to turn, opening out to the left side. Take a wide stance. Arms stay up. This is the goddess position. We'll just hold this here. Deep squat. And now straighten those legs. You're going to lean over to the left side, taking a deep lunge here. Bring your elbow to the inside and stretch it up for extended angle. Now, if you want to do the bind, you can reach your arm behind, come down and grab your hand from around underneath your thigh here. Otherwise, just hold the arm up into your lunge. Inhale up and come on down to the mat. We're going to go into boat pose next. So for boat, you can either have your hands on the floor and just keep your legs up like this, or bent if that's more comfortable as you're getting started. If you can, hold it in a full balance. And bring those knees in. You're going to put your feet on the floor. We're going to go into bridge next. Laying on your back, hands at your side. Press the lower back into the ground and lift the hips up. Now you can start here and holding it, or you can walk your arms a little bit closer underneath and interlace your fingers. Bringing those shoulder blades closer, hips press up and lift. On your next exhalation, lower down, give your knees a gentle hug. You'll either rock yourself forward or roll over to your side to come over, this time onto our stomachs. We're going to go into bow pose. Now, if you have a towel and you need the extension, this would be the time to use it. So you'll take your towel and you're going to place it underneath the front of your ankles here. So just lay it out like this to start. You're going to come down onto the mat. Guess that's not the easiest way for you to get into it. Hold on to your towel. Basically what you're going to do is come around the mat, bring your knees up. You want to take the towel and wrap it through the front. So this way you can just lift and create a natural human bow. This will be your modification. Now, if you don't need a strap or a towel, what I'm going to have you do is bring your feet up, reach around, grab the outside of your ankles. As you exhale, you're going to kick into your hands and lift. So take a big inhale here, exhale, lift. Kicking those feet up, continue to look through the ceiling. Kick into the hands while you stretch up You should have equal stretch between the front and the back, creating a natural human bow. One day your feet will come up over your head. And release them down. Sit back into child's pose here. Inhale up to tabletop, curl your toes under. Press up into downward dog. You're gonna hop or jump your feet up toward your hands. Exhale, forward bend. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward bend. We need to go into the other side here. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, forward bend, hands down. Inhale, step into high plank and hold. Find that active plank. Everything is engaged. Your shoulder blades are pulling down and back. Your ears are in a line, perfect diagonal with your shoulders here. Your hips, ankles, no movement at all. You're one solid, strong board. One more big breath here. On your next exhalation, lower through chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Now on your next exhalation, curl your toes under, press back to downward dog. We're going to do the right side this time. Take the right leg, lift it up. Holding it here. On your next inhalation, swing that leg forward, step the foot between your hands, take the deep lunge, arms up to your side of your head, warrior one. Keep the chest lifted, shoulders are pressing down and back. Just focus on your breath and be present in this moment. Now turn your back foot, open the hips, sink down into your lunge, warrior two. Straighten the front leg, take the back foot, turn it back to the front, bring those arms behind you. Find your starting point, whether your hands are just reaching down, on your elbows, or in full prayer. Straighten both legs, and let's go into pyramid. Really focus on keeping that core actively engaged to support your lower back as you lean forward and hold here. Now release those arms, bend the front lead knee, press off the back foot, and into warrior three. Step back here. There you go. Continuing to reach and stretch. Try to press those hips square so that both hips are pressing down toward the floor, shooting the energy back through your back heel, reaching toward the front in front of you. Tall warriors. And come down, You're going to sit down into it, take your hands, put them into prayer, rotating to the right this time, twisting over, elbow to the outside of the knee, twisted prayer. Inhale back to center. Come on up. And exhale, forward bend. Grabbing a hold of the back of your thighs. If you want to put your hands underneath your heels and just pull yourself forward for a deeper stretch, you can take a little bend in the knees and sink into this. And now you're going to inhale, arms up, stepping out toward the right side. We're going to take an open warrior here and back. Sorry, my back is toward you on this one, but there's only 2 directions to go, you guys. Sink down a little bit deeper into that squat, reaching up, reaching up, reaching up, reaching up, and lift. Now this time, lean over to your right side. Sit into, turn your toes out so that they are parallel and in line with your back toes. You're going to take the lunge down, lean into the ankle, and reaching up and over. If you are doing the bind, you're going to reach your hand behind, coming through and holding this way. And release. Come on back up. We're going to take it down to the floor here. So just gently bring yourself down. We'll go back into boat pose. Place your hands for support. Feet up. And hold. I have a cat stepping on my timer right now, so I can't quite see it. Let's hold it for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Place your feet on the floor. We're going to go up into bridge next. And press it up. The joys of working from home. Your animals get to be part of the sessions. You've heard of goat yoga. I have kitty yoga today. And release down. Grab those knees. You're going to rock yourself up and over onto your stomach. Going into floor bow. So either grab the towel or your strap, wrapping it around the outside of your legs to pull through, or reach around and grab the back of your ankles. Inhale here. Exhale, kick it up, and take the pose. And release it down. You're going to press back into child's pose here, taking a counter stretch. Come on up into tabletop. From here, we are going to take opposite arm and leg. Extend it out. This is bird dog. Flex that foot, really drive the energy through the back. Nice and supported. Reaching and stretching in equal parts. And bring it down, change sides. And bring it down, staying on your knees. You're going to walk your hands up. We're going to go into camel here. This is going to be the biggest back bend of the day. It's one of the master moves of a yoga practice. So you're going to inhale here. Place your hands on your lower back. As you exhale, let your head drop back and gently bend. Holding onto your lower back for support, you want to squeeze those glutes in, pressing the hips forward, engaging your core muscles actively. Reach back, lean back. If you can, walk your hands down gently and reach your heels. Go ahead and do that, continuing to lift the chest and pressing the hips forward. And then go ahead and walk your hands back up. Let your head be the last thing to come up. Sit back down onto your knees, and we will go into rabbit from here to do a counter stretch. Arms up, palms together, thumbs interlace. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, reach forward. You want to keep your ears in line with your arms, bringing the edge of your hands down to the mat, and then really reaching back, sitting your hip bones back toward the back wall. Again, this is reaching and stretching in equal parts. Really focus on that opposition. Forehead is facing the ground. Breathe into it here. Inhale back up. Exhale, hands to the side. Go ahead and place your hands on the mat. Curl the toes under. Press back up into downward dog. Walk or jump your feet forward. Exhale, forward bend. Inhale, both arms up. Exhale, hands to heart center. We're going to do a couple of standing balancing poses, and then we'll take it back down to the ground to do a little bit more deep stretching, spinal twists, and seal our practice off. So our first standing pose, if you have a chair, you're going to want to grab it for support should you need it, so have that right by you. You're going to do standing head to knee. Take your foot, you're going to stand on one leg, so really make this strong, squeezing everything, lifting the muscles in the legs up, and you don't have to lock the knee. So I'm going to turn sideways so you could see here. When people talk about a straight leg, they think they automatically have to jar that knee in and lock it in place, and that can actually cause you damage on the knee and cause you to hyperextend it. So when I say a straight leg, all I'm saying is that the hip should align over the ankle. For me, my knees will hyperextend, and it's very uncomfortable. So I squeeze my quadricep muscle. It naturally lifts the kneecap. And at the same time, anytime I activate that quadricep muscle, it automatically forces me to just kind of suck it all in together. So it's like a vacuum squeezing my stomach and my butt together, and it gives me a nice solid support here. So I could still have a bent knee. You just don't want it to be wobbling around. So find your straight leg. Find the support. Bring one knee up. Now you could either hold it here, or if you are comfortable, round down, grabbing a hold of the base of the knee. I'm going to grab that towel again just to show you guys a modification. So if you're going to round down and you can't quite reach it, You could take the towel and just hold it like this. If it's tough to balance on one leg, hold onto the chair, keeping the towel here. As you exhale, you can straighten it out. Still getting all of the benefits. For those of you who don't need to do it with the towel or with the chair, you could take it here, holding it in two hands just to challenge your balance a little more. Or alternatively, you'll round down, grab a hold of the base of your foot. Once and only once you can balance without falling over, you will kick into your hand, pressing that heel forward and finding your balance here. Once your leg is straight, then you can bend the arms and aim to reach down to bring your head to your knee. I'm not quite there in my own practice yet, so I'm just going to hold here. You progress where it's natural for your own body. And then go ahead and bend the knee. Let's reverse out the same way that we went in. Time to do the other side. Inhale this side up. Exhale, reach over. Grabbing a hold of your foot underneath. Find your balance. Kick into your hands, pressing those heels forward. And hold. Don't forget to smile. And release the same way you went in. Place your hands on your lower back. Give yourself a gentle back bend just to counter that stretch. We're going to go into tree pose next. So you could take your foot and either place it, same thing holding your chair, on the inside of your ankle. And if you can hold it here, bring your hands to heart center. If you want it up here, perfect. Grab a hold of that chair for balance and just keep one hand at the center. Or if you're comfortable bringing the base of your foot all the way up to the crease of your thigh, take it up to there, square your hips off, pressing that knee down and away so that those hips stay open and square in line with your shoulders. Bring one hand to heart center and then the other. Relax the shoulders, lifting the chest. And just enjoy this moment. And let's reverse the same way you went in. Release that foot down. Take the other foot all the way up. Bring it to the crease of your thigh. Move my chair out of the way a little. Once you find your balance, as long as your leg doesn't slip, bring both hands to heart center. And release. Excellent job with the practice. Take a moment just to acknowledge the standing balance series. We're going to take it down to the floor to finish it off. So let's go ahead, come on down here. You're going to take one leg, one foot, place it on the inside of your thigh. Flex foot, inhale, arms up, interlace the hands at the top. You're going to turn your torso so that your shoulders are square over your thigh. Reaching forward, take a big stretch here. Reach your hands past the foot, change legs, taking your opposite foot to the inner thigh, turning your torso, reaching forward, and squaring those shoulders off. So if you're on your left foot, you want to take your right shoulder and just turn it toward the center a little bit more. Inhale, come up. Now take both feet in front of you. We're going to do a little sit up, taking it back. Quickly sit up. Take your index fingers, reach them, loop them over your big toes. You're gonna sit back just a little bit on your sit bones to get the little fleshy part out of the way. And once you are comfortable here, you're gonna take a big breath in, holding onto those toes, and stretch down, reaching forward. The goal is one day to have your chest flat-ish toward your thighs or toward your shins. On your next inhalation, reach past your toes, reach up. You can take an Indian style or crossing one leg over the other, whichever is most comfortable for you here. Inhale, arms up. We're going to do a gentle spinal twist. Exhale, rotate. Feel like you're continually lifting your spine, very tall, proud posture, twisting one vertebrae at a time until your head is the last thing to follow around. Let your gaze just gently flow behind, looking at the back wall. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, twist, other side. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, hands to heart center. And namaste. Thank you guys so much for sharing your practice with me this morning. And you did it. Week 2, you've made it through the end of this. 5 days in a row this week, 5 days in a row last week. You guys are awesome. I am so proud to be doing this with everyone. I know that weekends can go either way. It's easy to get off track. So your goal for this weekend is at least to get out and do one thing active. Go on a hike, take a long walk after dinner, go on a bike ride. Do what makes you happy, but do one thing active this weekend just to keep that momentum up. Stay on track eating healthy. If you haven't been drinking through the week and your cheat days are on the weekend, just do it in moderation so that you don't reverse all of this amazing progress that you've made all the week. All right, you guys, I look forward to our workout on Monday morning and have a great rest of your weekend. Bye.